A credit sweep sounds like a magical fix, a quick and easy solution to all your credit problems. It conjures images of effortlessly wiping away blemishes from your credit history, leaving you with a pristine financial record. But hold on, before you get too excited, it's crucial to understand that a credit sweep is actually a dangerous scam, a deceptive practice that can lead to serious legal and financial repercussions. It's a wolf in sheep's clothing, promising relief, but delivering only trouble. Unscrupulous companies promise to erase all negative marks. They paint a rosy picture of a clean credit report, free from any past mistakes. This includes late payments, those dings on your credit that can haunt you for years. They also claim to be able to remove collections, those persistent reminders of debts you owe. And incredibly, even bankruptcies, major financial setbacks that typically stay on your record for a significant period. They achieve this, they say, by claiming it's all identity theft, falsely attributing your financial woes to someone else's fraudulent activity. The truth, a credit sweep is illegal. It's not a legitimate service but a fraudulent scheme. It involves filing false police reports and identity theft affidavits, essentially lying and pretending debts aren't yours even when you know they are. This deceptive practice is built on a foundation of dishonesty. This isn't a legitimate credit repair method. It's fraud, plain and simple. It's a deliberate attempt to deceive creditors and credit bureaus. The term credit sweep is designed to sound official, to give an air of legitimacy and professionalism. But don't be fooled. It's just a way to trick you into breaking the law, into participating in a scheme that could have serious consequences. The Fair Credit Reporting Act lets you dispute errors, genuinely incorrect information on your credit report. It does not give you the right to lie about your debts or falsely claim identity theft. Imagine being told to claim every debt is from identity theft, even when you know it's not true, even when you were the one who made the purchases or took out the loan. You'd send fake documents to credit bureaus, fabricated evidence designed to mislead them, hoping they'll erase your history based on these falsehoods. The bureaus might temporarily remove items while they investigate your claims, but creditors will eventually prove the debts are real, providing documentation to back up their claims. When the truth comes out, and it always does, the negative marks return to your credit report, and you could face federal charges for your involvement in the scam. Filing false reports is a crime, not a shortcut to a better credit score. It's a serious offense with potentially severe penalties. You risk mail fraud, making false statements to financial institutions, and more, all of which carry significant legal consequences. Instead of a clean slate, which is what you were hoping for, you could end up with a criminal record, a permanent stain on your reputation. Don't fall for the promise of a quick fix, the allure of an easy solution. It's a trap that's easy to fall into, but difficult to escape. Credit sweeps are a path to legal trouble, not financial freedom. They offer a false sense of hope, leading you down a dangerous and ultimately destructive path. There are safer legal ways to rebuild your credit, strategies that are ethical, effective, and won't land you in hot water with the law. Let's pull back the curtain and expose how a credit sweep scam actually works. It's a deceptive process that preys on people desperate to improve their credit scores quickly. These scams often sound appealing because they promise fast results, but the reality is far from it. They're built on lies and misrepresentation, and can ultimately lead to more harm than good. First, the scammers need ammunition, and that comes in the form of your credit reports. They'll aggressively gather your credit reports from all three major bureaus: Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. This gives them a complete overview of your credit history, both the good and the bad. Once they have your reports, they meticulously target every single negative item they can find, whether those items are accurate reflections of your payment history or not. It doesn't matter to them if the debt is legitimate. Their goal is to dispute everything. A legitimate credit repair process involves carefully disputing genuine errors on your credit report. But instead of focusing on correcting real inaccuracies, these scammers take a different, much riskier approach. They instruct you to dispute absolutely everything at once, flooding the credit bureaus with a barrage of disputes. This shotgun approach is a major red flag and is far from a legitimate credit repair strategy. The core of their strategy involves falsely claiming you're a victim of massive identity theft. They want you to believe that someone stole your identity and ran up debts in your name, even if that's not the case. To further support this false narrative, you're instructed to file a false police report, claiming you were a victim of identity theft. This is a serious crime in itself, adding another layer of risk to the scam. You're also told to complete and submit a fake FTC affidavit, swearing under penalty of perjury that you were a victim of identity theft, and that the debts in question are not yours. You're essentially swearing that these debts aren't yours, even if you know they are. This is a blatant act of fraud and can have serious legal repercussions. All of these fabricated documents are then compiled and sent to the 3 major credit bureaus, creating a paper trail of lies and misrepresentations. The package includes a demand to immediately remove all negative accounts from your credit report, based on the false claims of identity theft. The credit bureaus, bound by law to investigate disputes, may temporarily block these items while they conduct their investigation. This is not a permanent fix, but a temporary measure while they verify the information. During this temporary block, you might see your credit score jump, giving you a false sense of hope. But remember, this improvement is only temporary. It's a fleeting illusion that will soon disappear. As part of their investigation, the credit bureaus contact the creditors associated with the disputed accounts. These creditors are then given the opportunity to provide proof that the debts are indeed legitimate and belong to you. Once the credit bureaus uncover the fraudulent nature of the dispute, the previously blocked negative items will return to your credit report, and your credit score will likely drop again. The extensive paper trail created by the scam ultimately exposes the fraudulent activity, making it clear that you knowingly participated in a deceptive scheme. Engaging in this process is not only unethical and morally questionable, it's a violation of the law and carries significant legal consequences. The risk of getting caught participating in such a scam is incredibly high, as credit bureaus and law enforcement are actively working to identify and prosecute these fraudulent activities. And the consequences for getting caught can be severe, ranging from hefty fines to potential jail time. There's no legitimate or sustainable fix to be found in these scams, just a dangerous gamble with your credit and your future. It's a path best avoided. Why do people fall for credit sweeps? Desperation, crushing debt, job loss, or medical bills can make a bad credit score feel hopeless. The idea of wiping the slate clean overnight is incredibly tempting. Scammers prey on this, promising instant results and showing fake testimonials. Many people don't know there are legal ways to repair credit, like disputing real errors or using credit counseling. The secret method pitch sounds convincing if you're unfamiliar with the system. Quick fixes are appealing in a world that values speed. But real credit repair takes time and discipline. The promise of immediate results blinds people to the risks. Impatience makes people vulnerable to scams. The shortcut isn't worth the legal and financial fallout. There are better, safer ways to rebuild your credit. When considering a credit sweep, it's crucial to understand that the legal risks involved are not just minor inconveniences. They are serious, potentially life-altering, and can have lasting repercussions on your future. The legal risks of a credit sweep are huge. We're talking about potential criminal charges, civil lawsuits, and a whole host of other legal problems that can arise from engaging in deceptive or fraudulent practices. Filing false reports and affidavits, whether it's to credit bureaus, lenders, or any other entity, is outright fraud. It's a deliberate attempt to deceive and mislead, and the legal system takes a very dim view of such actions. This isn't just a minor infraction. It's a federal crime, carrying significant penalties, including hefty fines and imprisonment. Lying to the FTC or police or any other government agency can mean fines and prison. These are not empty threats. These agencies have the power to investigate, prosecute, and punish those who violate the law. Sending fake documents, whether through traditional mail or electronic means, by mail or online, opens you up to additional charges and scrutiny. This adds mail and wire fraud charges to the list of potential offenses, significantly increasing the severity of the legal consequences. Each false document you create and submit is a separate offense, meaning the penalties can quickly accumulate, this exponentially multiplying your risk and potential legal exposure. And remember, state laws also apply, adding another layer of complexity to the legal landscape. Filing a false police report, for example, is a crime everywhere in the United States, regardless of the specific state you're in. You could face charges, not just at the federal level, but also from both federal and local authorities, leading to a potentially overwhelming legal battle. Furthermore, creditors can sue you for defamation if you falsely accuse them of wrongdoing in an attempt to manipulate your credit report. And don't underestimate the willingness of credit bureaus to cooperate with law enforcement agencies in investigating potential fraud. Once fraud is found, they will readily share information and evidence to assist in prosecution. The evidence you create, whether intentionally or unintentionally, is almost always used against you in a court of law. The web of crimes associated with credit sweeps is complex and easy to trace, thanks to modern technology and sophisticated investigative techniques. Therefore, the consequences are very real and should not be taken lightly. These include criminal records, which can impact your future employment and housing opportunities, substantial fines, and even significant jail time, depending on the severity of the offenses. In conclusion, a credit sweep, despite its promises of quick fixes, is never worth the risk of facing serious legal repercussions. Credit sweep scams lead to real prosecutions and prison time. In Florida, a man running a credit sweep operation got over 12 years in federal prison for mail fraud. His clients were investigated too. In Texas, a woman was sentenced to nearly 5 years and ordered to pay $1.5 million in restitution for submitting thousands of fake documents. Even clients who knowingly participate can be charged with fraud. Dozens have been indicted for using illegal credit sweeps to get loans. The paper trail is undeniable evidence of intent to commit fraud. Law enforcement is cracking down on these schemes. The risk trading a bad credit score for a felony conviction and massive fines. The quick fix isn't worth a lifetime of consequences. There are safe, legal ways to fix your credit. Start by getting your free credit reports and checking for errors. Dispute any inaccuracies directly with the bureaus. It's free and your legal right. Provide documentation to support your claim. If the bureau can't verify the information, it must be removed. For real debts, create a plan to pay them down. Contact creditors to set up payment plans or negotiate settlements. Consistent payments improve your score over time. If you're overwhelmed, seek help from a nonprofit credit counseling agency. Certified counselors can help you budget and manage debt legally. Debt management plans can consolidate payments and lower interest rates. These steps lead to real lasting credit improvement. Spotting a credit sweep scam is key to protecting yourself. Beware of any company promising to erase all negative marks, especially accurate ones. If they mention creating a new credit identity or using a CPN, run. They're breaking the law. Never pay large upfront fees. Legitimate credit repair companies can't charge before delivering results. Watch for high-pressure sales tactics and demands for secrecy. If you're told to avoid contacting credit bureaus or to lie, it's a scam. Real organizations empower you, not hide the process. If it sounds too good to be true, it is. Protect yourself by knowing the warning signs. Building good credit takes time and smart habits. Pay all your bills on time. Payment history is the biggest factor in your score. Keep your credit card balances low. Aim for less than 30% of your limit. Pay off cards in full if you can. Keep old accounts open to lengthen your credit history. Only apply for new credit when necessary. Too many inquiries can hurt your score. Use a mix of credit types, but don't rush. Set up reminders or automatic payments to avoid late fees. Patience and consistency are your best tools. Responsible habits beat any quick fix scheme. Don't risk your future on illegal shortcuts like credit sweeps. Reject the myth of the overnight fix. Real credit repair takes patience. Pull your free credit reports and dispute genuine errors. Face your debts with a realistic budget and talk to your creditors. Seek help from nonprofit credit counselors if needed. Educate yourself about credit and personal finance. Knowledge protects you from scams and empowers smart decisions. Your credit score reflects your financial habits. Choose the ethical path and build a foundation of integrity. The journey may be slow, but it leads to real, lasting success. That's worth more than any quick boost to your score.